Hey guys, I'm Manav Venkatesh, and this is a look into obsessive compulsive disorder with some help from Roy Waller. Played by Nicolas Cage, this is Roy Waller from the 2003 hit classic The Matchstick Man. He's a con man, or as he prefers to term it, a con artist, and he suffers from obsessive compulsive disorder coupled with other comorbid conditions. Before diving right into the crux of this presentation, let's take a look at a couple of other images. Do these images annoy you? Are they mildly infuriating? Is the fact that these images aren't aligned annoy you too? Also, does the deliberate mistake of adding an extra word or an extra letter N in the word annoy here annoy you? Quite often, people make the mistake of terming this unease as OCD and say, oh, I have OCD. But OCD in actuality is the same feeling you are experiencing now, but it's pretty much constant and it's almost every little thing that is out of place and shouldn't really be an issue causing this unease. And it's also amplified several times over. That's an example of what some people diagnosed with OCD feel. A fairly common disorder with up to 1 million cases reported in India every year, obsessive compulsive disorder or OCD is an anxiety disorder which first presents itself in an individual during late childhood and early adolescence. People diagnosed with OCD experience recurrent and persistent thoughts, images, or impulses that are intrusive and unwanted. They also perform repetitive actions and ritualistic actions that are excessive and time-consuming. Even though people with OCD are usually aware of this irrational and excessive behavior, they are unable to control their obsessions or resist these compulsions. Here are some scenes from the video The Matchstick Man, which should help make things clearer.
Roy, it's me, it's Frankie.
Come on, pick it up, buddy. I know it's tough, but come on.
Roy, this is Dimitri. I met you at that club, Rage, the other night.
I really like your leather. All right, come on. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Roy, come on, man, come on.
Right, I'll make this little office all by myself. All right, come on.
Hey, would you watch the road? You're spilling food in...
What?
You didn't take your shoes off.
Okay, I'm taking the shoes off. Okay, buddy, I'm taking them off. See, they're off. The shoes are off, okay? There you go. Oh, man, you are bad.
Look, Doc, I spent last Tuesday watching fibers on my carpet. And the whole time I was watching my carpet, I was worrying that I might vomit. And the whole time I was thinking, I'm a grown man. I should know what goes on in my head. And the more I thought about it, the more I realized that I should just blow my brains out and end it all. But then I thought, if I thought more about blowing my brains out, I started worrying about what that was going to do to my goddamn carpet. Okay, so that was a good day, Doc, and I just want you to give me some pills and let me get on with my life.
Now, as we see here, OCD can have a detrimental effect on a person's life, as observed with Roy Waller. These obsessions and repetitive actions could take up hours of an individual's day and cause a disconnect between themselves and the external world. It could negatively affect their education or work life, cut them off from society, making them withdrawn and reserved, and could also severely impact basic activities such as eating, drinking, or even sleeping. OCD is often compounded by depression and other anxiety disorders, including social anxiety, panic disorder, and separation anxiety. In Roy Waller's case, Tourette's syndrome is a comorbid condition he is suffering from, as evidently visible with his twitching and tics. Here's a still from the movie to better illustrate that.
Sorry.
need is the name of your bank, your account number, signature down below. Any luck, these guys are amateur.
Right?
Yeah, just sign,
Check with the balance.
sign right there, and you can date it.
There you go. You all right?
He's fine. Thank you both very much.
Water.
Everything's fine. Let's go.
Thank you.
You didn't take your pills, did you?
They left the door open. It was
The causes of OCD are not fully understood, but after extensive research, there are several theories about the causes of OCD, and some of them are: compulsions are learned behavior, which become repetitive and habitual when they are associated with relief from anxiety. OCD is due to genetic and hereditary factors. Chemical, structural, and functional abnormalities in the brain are the cause. Distorted beliefs reinforce and maintain symptoms associated with OCD. It is also possible that several factors interact with one another to trigger the development of OCD. The underlying causes may further be influenced by stressful life events, hormonal changes, and personality traits. Now that we know the causes, let us take a look at this. Let us take a look at how this condition could be treated. Psychological treatments such as cognitive behavioral therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy aims to change patterns of thinking, beliefs, and behaviors that may trigger anxiety and obsessive compulsive symptoms. This therapy uses education to promote control over symptoms. Part of the therapy involves gradually exposing the person to the situation that triggers their obsessions, and at the same time, helping them to reduce their compulsions and avoidance behaviors. This process is gradual and usually begins with the less feared situations. This process is also known as exposure and response prevention. Cognitive behavior therapy should be undertaken only with a skilled specialist mental health professional. Anxiety management techniques. Anxiety management techniques can help a person to manage their own symptoms. Such techniques can include relaxation training, slow breathing techniques, mindfulness meditation, and hyperventilation controls. These techniques work best when coupled together with cognitive behavior therapy. Support groups and education. Support groups allow people with OCD and their families to meet in comfort and safety and give and receive support. The groups also provide the opportunity to learn more about the disorder and to develop social networks. Medication. Some medications, especially antidepressants that affect the serotonin system, have been found to reduce the symptoms of OCD. The medication can only be prescribed by a medical practitioner. Side effects of antidepressants may include nausea, headaches, dry mouth, blurred vision, dizziness, and tiredness. These effects eventually wear off, and if not, one must immediately contact their doctors. While reducing or stopping medication, the dose should be reduced gradually and not all at once. Treatments available to those who are diagnosed with OCD only help manage the symptoms, as OCD is not a condition that is curable, and it can only be kept to a minimum. Here are some techniques you could utilize if you're diagnosed with OCD. Refocus your energy by indulging in activities such as sports or art in order to divert your attention. Write down your obsessive thoughts, as they can help identify the intensity of some thoughts over the other and help you manage them. Rather than completely try and subdue these obsessions and fail, set aside some time during the day for you to wholly experience these thoughts and not to be worried about them later. For further information on OCD, you could check out the references I have utilized to prepare this presentation. And on that note, I would like to thank you all for watching the presentation, and hopefully you have all learned something of value. Thank you.